Right now in 2026, there is a list of bills you are legally entitled to stop paying the moment you become a senior in this country, and most Canadians have never once seen the whole list in one place. Some of these are programs hiding in plain sight. Some are tax credits that quietly reduce what you owe whether you ask for them or not. Some require a specific form or you simply never get them. And the people who never apply spend years paying full price for things their neighbor, 2 doors down, stopped paying for the day they turned 65. And there is one change that landed on July 3rd that is putting more money into seniors' pockets automatically. And there is one item right at the end of this list that is worth more over time than almost anything else on it. So stay with me to the end because the last one is the one people leave on the table the most. Here is my promise for the next 14 minutes. I'm going to walk through the complete list, every credit, every rebate, every free service, every exemption, and for each one I will tell you exactly who qualifies and exactly how to claim it. None of this requires you to buy anything. This is your own government's money, your own province's programs, rules that already exist that you already paid for through a working lifetime of taxes. My only job is to make sure you are actually getting them. Subscribe right now and hit the bell. This kind of practical information gets buried, and most people only find out about each item on this list years after they could have been using it. Subscribe now and let's go through the list. Hook number 2. Let's start with the one that is changing this very month, because the timing matters. The GST and HST credit, the quarterly tax-free payment the government sends to lower and modest-income Canadians, has always been one of the most overlooked supports for seniors. It is completely tax-free. It never counts as income. It never shows up on your tax owed. And here's what changed. Starting July 3rd, 2026, that credit was rolled into a new, larger payment, the Canada Groceries and Essentials benefit. For the people who qualify, it comes with a 25% increase over the old amount, locked in for 5 years. Same idea. Bigger check, still completely tax-free. Ambito Pensiona Plus. You do not apply for this separately. The single thing you have to do is file your tax return, even if you had almost no income, because every dollar of this is calculated from that return. Every year, seniors who do not think it is worth filing because they do not owe anything miss this payment entirely. If that has ever been you, that stops now. File and the July payment finds you. Tell me in the comments right now. How many of the items on this list have you ever checked to see whether you qualify? Drop your province below, because this list is long and I want to know how many people are about to discover money they have been leaving on the table for years. The second place a senior stops paying full price is the pharmacy. Across this country, the day you turn 65, you become eligible for your province's seniors drug plan. And most people have no idea how much it actually covers. In Ontario, the Ontario Drug Benefit covers seniors automatically once you turn 65 with a standard deductible structure. From that point, instead of paying full price for a prescription, you pay a small annual deductible, currently $100 across the whole year, and then a co-payment of just a few dollars per prescription after that. And if you are a lower income senior, you can apply for the Seniors Co-Payment Program, which removes that deductible completely and drops your cost per prescription to just $2. Ambito. Every province has its own version. British Columbia's Fair Pharmacare, Alberta's Seniors Benefit, which covers Alberta residents in the 2025 to 26 benefit year using your 2024 total income to determine your eligibility, with up to $5,000 of dental and optical coverage available every 5 years for those who qualify. But here's the catch that costs people the most. The low-income top-up is almost never automatic. You have to apply for it. If you are paying more than a couple of dollars per prescription right now, that is your sign to check. Ambito. The third one is for everyone who owns their home. And it is the one I see seniors quietly bleed money on more than almost anything else, your property tax. If you are a senior homeowner, you may not have to pay it the way you have been paying it. In Ontario, there is the Senior Homeowners Property Tax Grant, up to $500 back every single year for homeowners 64 and older with modest incomes, claimed right on your tax return. In British Columbia, the Property Tax Deferment Program lets seniors 55 and older legally postpone paying their property tax through a low-interest government program. The money stays in your account now instead of going to the city, and you settle it later only when the property changes hands. The interest structure changed for 2026, so you will want to confirm the current terms with the program directly, but the core option pay later instead of now is still available. The point is this: in most provinces, there is some form of property tax grant, deferral, or rebate aimed squarely at seniors. Do not assume you have to pay that bill in full, on time, the way you always have. And while we are talking about your home, here is one that pays you back for staying in it. The fourth item on this list. If you are 65 or older, the Federal Home Accessibility Tax Credit lets you claim the cost of renovations that make your home safer and easier to live in. Grab bars in the bathroom, a walk-in tub, a wheelchair ramp, non-slip flooring, a stair lift, widening a doorway. You can claim up to $20,000 of those expenses and get 15% of it back on your taxes. Roughly $3,000 returned to you for work you may have been about to pay for in full anyway. Keep the receipts and claim it at tax time. Now let me give you 3 that live inside your tax return itself, because the system stops charging you full freight the moment you turn 65, and almost nobody claims all 3. Number 5 is the age amount. The moment you turn 65 by the end of the year, the government shields several $1,000s of your income from federal tax, money you simply do not pay tax on anymore, as long as your income is modest. For most tax software, this is claimed automatically, but if someone is doing your return by hand or you have never checked, make sure it is there. Number 6 is the pension income amount. If you receive eligible pension income, you get to claim up to $2,000 of it tax-free every year. Number 7, and the one couples leave on the table constantly, is pension income splitting. If you and your spouse are both retired and one of you has a larger pension than the other, you can move up to half of that eligible pension income onto your spouse's return, dropping you both into a lower tax bracket and cutting your total household tax, sometimes by thousands of dollars. Completely legal. The government built it on purpose. You do it with a single form at tax time. I know what some of you are thinking right now. This sounds too good. If all of this were real, why is no one telling me? That is exactly the problem. No one is telling you because none of it is automatic, and there is no single office whose job it is to make sure you are getting everything. The pharmacy is not going to phone you. The bank is not going to volunteer it. The CRA processes what you claim. It does not chase you down to give you more. The entire system runs on the assumption that you already know. Number 8 is dental, and this is a relatively new lifeline that did not exist for most seniors a few years ago. The Canadian Dental Care Plan covers seniors 65 and over as long as you're a resident, you filed your taxes, you don't have private dental insurance, and your adjusted family net income is under $90,000. If your family income is under $70,000, the plan covers most eligible dental work with significantly reduced or zero cost at the chair, cleanings, exams, fillings, dentures. CDCP renewal closed June 1st, 2026, and the plan operates on a benefit year running through June 30th each year. So if you miss the renewal window, you can still submit a new application for the new benefit year, though there may be a temporary coverage gap until it is approved. If you have been avoiding the dentist because of cost and you have no private coverage, this is worth checking immediately. Ambito. And dental is not the only kind of care that gets cheaper or free once you are a senior. In Ontario, OHIP covers a major eye exam for seniors 65 and older once every 12 months, plus any follow-up assessments needed. No referral, no bill. You simply walk in with your health card. Many provinces restore optometry coverage for seniors the same way. Most provinces also fund vaccines for seniors that younger adults pay out of pocket for, the high-dose senior flu shot, the shingles vaccine, and many run free or subsidized foot care clinics for older adults. None of it is announced. When you reach 65, ask your pharmacist and your doctor one simple question: what does my province cover for me now that it did not last year? You will be surprised how often the answer is something you have been paying for. Ambito. Then there is getting around town. Nearly every city in this country gives seniors a break the rest of the public does not get, and in some places it is completely free. Many transit systems offer free or deeply discounted fares once you reach 60 or 65. Some offer free travel on certain days. Some give you a flat senior's pass for a fraction of the regular cost. You apply through your local transit authority with proof of age, and you get a senior's card. And the same habit applies far beyond the bus. Your library, your local pool and recreation center, many museums and galleries, provincial parks and campgrounds, even movie theaters. A huge number of them have a senior's rate that is never advertised at the till. The two most profitable words you can say once you turn 65 are simply, "Is there a senior's discount?" Ask it everywhere, every time. Over a year, the small ones quietly add up to real money. Here's one almost no working senior knows about. If you are 65 or older, you are still working, and you have already started collecting your CPP retirement pension, you can stop paying into CPP. There is a form, the CPT-30, that you give to your employer. From that point, your CPP contributions stop coming off your paycheck, putting that money straight back in your pocket on every single check. You are still allowed to keep working as much as you like. You just stop being charged for a pension you are already collecting. Most people have no idea this exists and keep paying in for years because nobody handed them the form. And here is a small one that adds up quietly every month. Your bank. Most of Canada's major banks will rebate or completely waive the monthly fee on your account once you reach senior age, usually 60 or 65 depending on the institution. It might only be a handful of dollars a month, but that is money leaving your account every single month for a service your bank is willing to give you free. They will almost never apply it on their own. You have to walk in or call and ask, "Do you waive the monthly fee for seniors and am I getting it?" 5 minutes and it is done. Now let's finish the list because I saved a big one for the end. The single most valuable thing a lower income senior in this country can be receiving is the Guaranteed Income Supplement, the GIS. It sits on top of your old age security. It is completely tax-free. And it is, year after year, one of the most underclaimed benefits in Canada. Tens of thousands of seniors who qualify are not getting it, often for the simplest reason imaginable. They stopped filing a tax return, so the government has no way to confirm they are eligible. Here is the rule that unlocks it. File your taxes every year, even with no income, and make sure you have actually applied for GIS, because for many people it does not just start on its own. If you are getting by on OAS and not much else, and you are not receiving GIS, that could be hundreds of tax-free dollars a month you are going without. And it does not stop at the federal check. Several provinces add their own monthly top-up for low-income seniors. In Ontario, it is called GAINS, the Guaranteed Annual Income System, and it can add up to $90 a month for a single senior, paid automatically once you are receiving GIS. That is a second check stacked on the first that most people do not even know exists. Find out whether your province has its own top-up sitting on top of the federal one, because when these stack, they change at retirement. La Voz del Desierto. And what most people miss entirely? GIS unlocks other benefits. Once you receive GIS, you automatically qualify for reduced drug copays, dental coverage, and other provincial programs. It is the gateway benefit. One application, one confirmed status, and several other items on this entire list become easier to access, sometimes without applying for them separately at all. La Voz del Desierto. And here's the key that unlocks almost everything on this list, and it is itself free. If filing a tax return feels like a chore or costs you money to have done, you can have it done for nothing at a free community tax clinic. Volunteers working in coordination with the CRA file for seniors with modest incomes at no charge. Since filing is the single trigger that releases the groceries and essentials benefit, the GIS, the provincial top-ups, and the grants, that free clinic may be the most valuable free thing on this entire list. You do not pay to claim what you are owed. Did you know that receiving GIS automatically qualifies you for reduced drug copays and additional provincial benefits without a separate application, and that the single trigger for almost everything on this list is simply filing your tax return, even with zero income? Drop your answer below right now. I want to know how many people watching this had no idea filing was the key to this many programs at once. So here's your checklist, the one to write down and act on this week. File your tax return, no matter how small your income, because the GST credit, the new groceries and essentials benefit, the age amount, and the GIS all flow from it. Check your province's seniors drug plan and apply for the low-income top-up if you qualify. Look up your property tax grant or deferral, claim your age amount, your pension income amount, and if you are a couple, split your pension. If you are making your home safer, claim the home accessibility tax credit. Check the Canadian dental care plan if you do not have private coverage and book the eye exam your province now covers. Get your seniors transit card and ask, is there a seniors discount? Everywhere you go. If you are working and over 65 and collecting CPP, file the CPT-3 form to stop contributing. Ask your bank to waive your monthly fee, and if filing is the hurdle, use a free community tax clinic. Not one of these is a favor, not one of them is automatic. They are yours, you just have to reach out and take them. One more thing before we close, no program on this list requires you to pay a fee to anyone to access it. No government office calls you offering to unlock these benefits in exchange for personal information. If you receive any contact like that, hang up immediately. Real applications happen through Service Canada, the CRA, your province's official website, or a free community tax clinic. They do not call you first. What surprised you most about this list? Was it that filing a tax return with zero income still unlocks the GIS and the GST credit, that CPP contributions can be stopped at 65 with one form, or that Gains in Ontario stacks an extra $90 per month on top of GIS automatically? Drop your answer and your province in the comments right now. I read every single one. And if even one item on this list put money back where it belongs, in your pocket, do me a favor and send this video to one senior you care about. Because I promise you, they are paying full price for something on this list right now without knowing they do not have to. I am Henry Jaden. Take care of yourself.